हेलो एवरीबॉडी। आर यू ऑल्सो अ जीपैट एस्पायरेंट? तो ये वीडियो आप कभी भी स्किप नहीं कर सकते क्योंकि इस वीडियो में 80 to 90% ऑफ योर क्वेश्चन, जी हाँ, 125 में अगले आने वाले 100 क्वेश्चंस अप्रोक्सीमेटली कवर हो सकते हैं। सारे सब्जेक्ट, फार्मास्यूटिकल एनालिसिस, केमिस्ट्री जिसमें इनऑर्गेनिक, ऑर्गेनिक, मेडिसिनल, फार्माकोलॉजी, क्लिनिकल एज वेल एज हॉस्पिटल फार्मेसी, pharmaceutics, industrial pharmacy, dispensing pharmacy, physical pharmacy, as well as the novel drug delivery system, pharmacognosy and herbal drug technology, microbiology, biochemistry, biotechnology, human anatomy and pathophysiology, and pharmaceutical jurisprudence. इस वीडियो में आपको हर एक इंपॉर्टेंट वेटेज के साथ साथ सब्जेक्ट वाइज इंपॉर्टेंट टॉपिक्स और सब टॉपिक्स मिलेंगे। तो जुड़े रहिए इस वीडियो में अंत तक मेरे साथ। एक बार थोड़ा पिछले 5 साल का एनालिसिस देखते हैं, 2020 से लेके 25 तक। फार्मास्यूटिक्स का बोलबाला उतना ही रहा है। एब्सोल्युटली फार्मास्यूटिक्स, you can expect approximately 35 to 40 questions from pharmaceutics straight in the paper. Same goes for chemistry. Pharmacology, of course, there are 30 questions approximately asked from pharmacology. Cognosy, every year 10. 10 is the approximate number that every year you have 10 questions coming up from the pharmacognosy. And from the allied subjects, definitely the remaining ones come from the allied subjects. So if you carefully observe the subjects that you need to revise and focus more upon, that is approximately you can get 80 to 85 questions from these subjects: aesthetics, ecology, and chemistry. So, sir, suggest some important one-liners from each topic, subtopics, one of the most important parts that we should study. So, here I am with those important one-liners and subtopics. The first is the acid-base titrations. There are a lot of questions that come up from the indicators: the pH, color change, methyl red, methyl orange, phenolphthalein, bromothymol blue, bromophenol blue, bromocresol green, and the curves: strong acid versus strong base, strong acid versus weak base, weak acid against weak base, weak acid against strong base. From titrations, the only type of questions you can expect, one is on application based, okay, which one is used for caffeine estimation, right? Which one is used for ascorbic acid estimation, which one is used for silver ion. Or you can expect questions from the indicators, the pH, or from the graphs. The three questions, the three most common types of questions. Because many of the videos, you will get a lot of videos आपको ऐसे मिलेंगे जिसमें उन्होंने ये बताया होगा कि क्या क्या आएगा, बट कितना आ सकता है, उससे कितनी डेप्थ में पढ़ना है, ये शायद आपको इस वीडियो में क्लियर हो जाएगा, माय डियर। देन यू हैव नॉन एक्वियस टाइट्रेशंस, वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट। स्पेसिफिकली इसमें जो सॉल्वेंट्स यूज होते हैं, प्रोटोजेनिक, प्रोटोफिलिक, एम्फीप्रोरिक, द डिफरेंट कैलकुलेशंस, नॉर्मेलिटी, मोलैरिटी, मोलालिटी, the difference between these calculations. Then the redox based titrations, where you have iodometry, iodimetry, permanganometry, seriometry. In the complexometry, you can expect questions from the indicators straight: murexide, eriochrome, solochrome black, all the different types of indicators, and the masking and demasking agents. That is also very common questions from the complexometry titration. Then from the precipitation titrations, you can expect Mohar, Vollard, Fajans. The difference between Mohar, Vollard, modified Vollard method. In the gravimetry, the steps involved in the gravimetry titration. Then from the electroanalytical methods, potentiometry, polarography, and conductometry. So from there is the equations, Nernst equation, Nernst potential, and the very very important part which comes is Ilkovich's equation. All right, you need to know that very very well. Then with respect to the validation, so validation may accuracy and precision, right? That is very very important. What is the difference between an accurate measurement and a precise measurement? Accurate means hitting the bullseye. Precise means the number of attempts, closeness of the measurements, right? So that is the difference between accuracy and precision. Then the different types of spectroscopies: UV, IR, NMR, mass. So you need to make a chart. So if you're interested in these spectroscopies, we also have notes. We provide the notes. You can DM on the contact number given in the description box. Definitely me or my team would reach out to you for the same. So the spectroscopy may make a table which consists of the detectors of the different types of specifically in the UV and IR, the graphs, the graphs, the detector, and the source. These are the three major points. Along with that, sample handling. So if you know everything about this about the detectors, about the sources, about the measurement applications, and the principle, Hooke's law, Beer-Lambert's law, Woodward-Fisher rule, different rules and laws are are included in all of these topics. Then you have flurimetry, where you have Jablonski's diagram and fluorescence quenching. The next up that you have, the last year there was a question on nephaloturbidometry, the difference between them, because one is based on transmission, one is based on scattering. In nephelometry, the angle between the detector and the sample is 90, while in turbidometry it is 180. Then you have chromatography, in which you have TLC, HPLC, GC, the different chromatography columns, as well as the pumps involved, like split and splitless injecting system in GC, Rheodyne injector in HPLC, the detectors, TCD, FID, ECD, right? Bulk and solute property detectors. Then there could be some other question on method validation, like the robustness, ruggedness, repeatability, intermediate precision, reproducibility. All right, those are also very, very important. The next subject that we have is pharmaceutical chemistry. So in the pharmaceutical chemistry, maximum portion is from the organic and medicinal chemistry. Inorganics, hardly one or two questions you can expect. So SAR. So are all the SAR important? To be honest, mostly the fluoroquinolones, the benzodiazepines, the beta blockers, the local anesthetics, sulfonamides, beta lactam antibiotics. These are some of the most vital and the most repeated SARs that you can expect. Then from the beta lactam antibiotics, the nucleus, the acid stability, like some are acid stable, some are acid labile, the different modifications that you do in a structure, right? Because why are there five generations? Why is that doctor prescribes a second generation cephalosporin, not a fourth generation directly? There is some pharmacophore changes, correct? So those are incorporated. Then the different, whenever you study pharmaceutical chemistry or you study the ecology, five things that you should know. Number one, I'm making a text box here. Make sure that you also write this text box with me. Number one that you should know: adverse drug reaction. Number two, mechanism of action, classification, drug interactions. How a drug is acting, that is the mechanism. When a drug is acting, is it showing any adverse effects, ADR? And what is the category of the drug? Is it the fluoroquinolones? And then with respect to chemistry, you need to study the structure. Now, are you going to study the entire structure? It's an objective based, not a subjective based question, right? So over here, with respect to the questions, you need to understand that you need to only remember the heterocyclic nucleus present, the important ring, like quinoline, isoquinoline, quinazoline, imidazole, indole, tropane, purine, pyrimidine. So these are some of the most frequently asked SARs. So you can take a screenshot of all of these as and when, and also you can get this PDF. You can DM or join the WhatsApp group given in the description box to connect to me or my team. Then, when I move forward, from the organic chemistry, you can expect a good amount of questions from the reactions. There are plenty questions that pop up from the reactions, specifically the name reactions like the Hoffman's bromamide, Kolbe, Riemer, Tiemann, Cannizzaro, Aldol, Fiedel-Crafts. Then there are questions on the substitution reactions and elimination reactions, SN1, SN2, E1, E2, on the carbocation and carboanion stability. There are a lot of questions which are asked from the stability as well, right? Carbocations, anions, then electrophiles, nucleophiles, isomerism, cis, trans, EZ, RS, dextro, levo. There are plenty of isomerisms that you can observe, and there are a lot of questions directly. Like they will give you the two structures and they will tell you to identify that what is the SA of that, what is the configuration. Is it R configuration or S? So you should know how to apply the Kahan Ingold pre-lock sequence rule and identify the R or S configurations. Then another question is on acidity basicity, which agent or which substituent will increase the acidity, which will decrease the basicity, correct? Then you have aromaticity. So there's a rule called Huckel's rule, which is used to estimate the aromaticity of a compound. So a compound can be aromatic, non-aromatic, or anti-aromatic. So your cyclobutene, that's an example of a anti-aromatic substance. Then you have the different carbonyl compounds, ester, ether, you have aldehydes, ketones, acids. So their reactions, basically they are like diazotization for nitrogen and all, right? So those are very very important, the reaction and the test, qualitative test, like the Victor Mayer test, the Lucas test. There are different identification tests that are involved in the different kinds of compounds, whether it is carbonyl or non-carbonyl compounds. And the important synthesis, like the Radzewski synthesis, the different Fischer-Indole synthesis, right? Hans pyrrole synthesis, norpyrrole, Hans pyrimidine. A lot of syntheses are there, so you must be having a Scrop synthesis. They are very very frequently asked and the most favorite questions. Then the spectral correlation, like the NMR chemical shifts, upfield, downfield, like de-shielding, shielding effects from IR, the peak interpretations, they will give you 3400 nanometer pe what is the group. So you should know it's a hydroxyl group or is it an amino group. And the last, which has a 10% of weightage from the chemistry part, is the inorganic chemistry, where you have limit test. Almost every alternate year, there's a question from limit tests: ion, sulfate, arsenic, heavy metals. Because in the food, the heavy metals must be in a particular concentration. Especially if you see any food or FSSAI, they won't give an approval for any food having a greater heavy metal composition, right? So these heavy metals are detected and they are highly carcinogenic and mutagenic for our body. So these are estimated. Then you have some important inorganic components like anacids, laxatives, expectorants that you must know. Followed by the radiopharmaceuticals like the alpha, beta, and gamma rays, the iodine 131, the different radioisotopes, dentifrices and desensitizing agents. So that is for the pharmaceutical chemistry part. From the pharmacology, you can expect the questions from the ADME. There are the most common questions which are asked from pharmacology are on the mechanism, adverse effect, ADR, or classification. I'm repeating the same thing again and again because it is very very vital for your examinations. So uske alawa, there are also questions from bioavailability, the types of bioavailability, absolute and relative, pharmaceutical equivalent, chemical equivalent, therapeutic equivalent, and bioequivalent. The BPPK characteristics like the absorption, modes of absorption, distribution, volume of distribution, protein binding, tissue binding, protein, right? And then you have the metabolic phases, phase 1 and phase 2, microsomal and non-microsomal enzymes, different modes of elimination, clearance, the formulas like the loading dose, maintenance dose, the Wagner-Nelson effect, the different kinds of absorption and excretion rate methods like sigma minus method. Then the basics terminologies of general pharmacology, the types of receptors, right? The ligand gate, GPCR, enzyme link, nuclear. Then the basic terminologies like the partial agonist, full agonist, inverse agonist, competitive antagonist, non-competitive antagonist. The dose response curves. There are two types of dose response curves: log and logarithmic and non-logarithmic. So difference between them. Then the drug-drug interactions, synergistic as well as antagonistic. So two drugs can interact in a good way as well as in a bad way, both synergistic as well as antagonistic. So you should know the additive, synergistic as well as the antagonistic drug interactions. And the most repeated questions are from either acetylcholine, the synthesis pathway, right? Acetyl coenzyme A plus choline. Then which drugs act on muscarinic and nicotinic receptors, M1, M2, M3, NN, NM, right? The example of the drugs classification: the cholinesterase reversible and irreversible, the organophosphate poisoning, the antidotes, pralidoxime, all right. Then from the adrenergic receptors, direct acting, mixed acting, indirect acting, right? Ephedrine, pseudoephedrine, and all. Nasal decongestants, the indications which are given in asthma, which are contraindicated in asthma, which are given in the different glaucoma, right? So different conditions may you give different agents, like acetylcholine agents are given in Alzheimer's disease that can promote the acetylcholine levels. So myasthenia gravis, right? So these are the different indications. Then cardiovascular pharmacology. So here you have anti-anginal, heart failure, arrhythmia, hypertensive classes. Everything is important. From cardiovascular, make sure you have it done from tip to toe. All right. Autocoids and NSAIDs. So here you have mostly questions coming up from histamine, sedating versus non-sedating, and NSAIDs may complete cyclooxygenase, complete all the agents acting on the COX inhibition. From the central nervous system pharmacology, you have sedative hypnotics, antipsychotics, antidepressants, Anti-epileptics, these are some of the most common agents. Alzheimer, Parkinson's, psychosis, depression, and epilepsy, the most common agents that are asked. And from the chemotherapy, antibiotics, you have antifungal, antitubercular, anti-malarial, antiviral, antibiotics, anti-cancer antibiotics, right? They are the most important, especially their adverse effects. There is every year, note my point, there's every year a question from the adverse effect from the chemotherapeutic agents, especially also of anti-diabetics. There are a lot of questions which pop up from anti-diabetics as well. From the gastrointestinal pharmacology, you have questions which come up from the diarrhea, from the laxatives, that is constipation and diarrhea, and from ulcers, and from the ulcers. Then from the blood and hematopoietic agents, you have antiplatelet, anticoagulants, lot of questions which pop up from this part. From the toxicology part, you have organophosphate poisoning, heavy metal poisoning, chelating agents, right? The snake bite treatment, neostigmin. So, what is the treatment for the snake bites? All of these are very, very commonly asked. So, you must be having a thorough idea of the same. Then, when I talk about the different pharmacognosy, so pharmacognosy may you should make a table again. A table comprising of the name of the drug. Suppose I am talking about digoxin, its category, it's a cardiac glycoside. The test, Keller-Kiliani test, right? Then the phytoconstituent. So digitalis, mein there is digoxin and digitoxin. Then the ring present, it's a steroidal ring, cardinaloid and bufadienolides, right? That's two types of cardiac glycosides. So cardinaloid ring is present in the digitalis. Then if there's any other miscellaneous point, if there's any trichomes, starch grains, calcium oxalate crystals, the synonym and the biological source, digitalis purpurea, foxgloves, right? So crow's feet. So these are important for nux vomica, for digitalis, that you must know. Then the difference between organized and unorganized drugs. Organized means root, rhizome, stem, bark, wood, leaf, flower, seeds, any solid is organized. Unorganized is the liquid, extracts, mucilage, juices, like aloe vera. So aloe vera is a juice, right? Quinoa is also a juice, extracts. But ephedra is from the stem directly. Cascara, cinnamon is the bark, dalchini that you use. Turmeric, haldi, it's a rhizome, right? You powder that. So these are all organized drugs. Then the different methods of adulteration, you have substitution, you have inferiority, you have admixtures. The different methods, like in the milk. In the milk, the most common adulteration is urea and SLS. Urea promotes the nitrogen content and SLS promotes the jag, the foam, right? Similar in the turmeric, the yellow powder, the yellow color, and the brick powder with the red mirchi, right? These are some of the most common examples of admixtures, inferiority, and substitutions. Or you inferior quality, like if there's clove, some less component with the clove. The best way to estimate whether a clove is adulterated or not, put it in water and see if it floats or not. All right, and let me know in the comment section if the clove is floating or not. Then you have the different methods of estimation, like the organoleptic methods, ash value, saponification, moisture content, and all of these. The microscopic evaluation, like the stomatal number, index, vein islet number. So make sure that you study the primary as well as the secondary metabolites, both, right? The carbohydrate, protein, lipids, enzymes, as well as the tannin, alkaloids, glycosides, flavonoids, volatile oils, resins. And I've already made a playlist. The playlist is also in the description box, where I have categorized subject wise, because you will get a plethora of videos on YouTube that tell you that which topics to study. But this is a sole video that will tell you how much to study within a topic. So a topic is not suffice, right? There are so many subtopics within within a particular topic. So in this video I have given you an idea that how much you need to study, because the syllabus is an ocean for GPAT, for competitive examinations of pharma. It's not like a small pond that you can revise it. So what is to be focused upon, what is to be emphasized upon, is discussed in this video. All right, so make sure that you study these topics thoroughly. So टू में अब हम डिस्कस करने वाले हैं फार्मास्यूटिक्स के बारे में. सो जिसमें फिजिकल, इंडस्ट्रियल, डिस्पेंसिंग एंड नोवल ड्रग डिलीवरी सिस्टम सभी आ जाएंगे. सो अगर आप सॉल्युबिलिटी, हम प्री फॉर्मुलेशन से पहले पूरा स्टार्ट करते हैं. पाउडर, सॉल्युबिलिटी, rheology, micromeritics, states of matter, complexation, and surface tension, right? Let's go into the sequence. So solubility studies में आपके पास आ जाएगा about the important sink condition, difference between solubility and dissolution, the different techniques to enhance the dissolution, right? And the Noise-Whitney equation for dissolution rate. Then the different laws like the Gibbs phase rule, the eutectic mixtures, the difference between hygroscopic, efflorescent, eutectic, and deliquescent substances. Then the different laws, Boyle's law, Charles' law, Avogadro's law, ideal gas equations. Surface and interfacial tension में the methods used to estimate surface and interfacial tension, Dionew's tensiometer, drop weight method, stalagmometer, the Freundlich and Langmuir adsorption isotherm, and the HLB scale, Griffin's HLB scale. In the rheology, the Newtonian and non-Newtonian flow, the types, time-dependent and time-independent flows of non-Newtonian, that plastic, pseudoplastic, dilatant, thixotropy, anti-thixotropy, rheopexy. Along with that, you need to know about the incompatibilities, physical, chemical, and therapeutic. The examples. From incompatibilities, there are direct questions from examples. Right? They will ask you that precipitation is a kind of which impurity, incompatibility. So you should know it is a physical. Then in the chemical, there is tolerated and adjusted incompatibilities. From the micromeratics, there are direct questions from the Carr's index, Hausner's ratio, angle of repose, porosity, surface area, particle size. And from this particle size, mostly there is question from the optical microscopy, sieving, sedimentation. From the surface area, there are a lot of questions which pop up from the Betz equation rule, Kozeny-Kármán's equation, air permeability and gas adsorption. From the colloidal systems, you have the lyophobic and lyophilic colloids, the gold number, Skulls-Hardy rule, Hofmeister series, zeta potential and Nernst potential, the different properties of colloids, like the electrical, optical, and kinetic properties of colloids. So, ये सारी चीजें, now you will tell me, sir, from where do we study all of this? It's just 2 months to GPAT. अब तक आपको already notes बना लेने चाहिए थे. It should already have been made by you. But if you have not made, then definitely you can purchase these ready-made notes, short notes, by contacting the number. Either you can give a cold call or you can DM on the number. Definitely, me or my team members will reach out to you, because these are the revision notes for the super fast cracker revision, for the booster revision. All right. And if you want to have a personal one-on-one counseling, you can contact to me via the top mate. You can book a slot, a particular date, and you can contact to me via top mate IO as well for the one-on-one counseling guidance. Then when I talk about the dispensing pharmacy, you have prescription handling, that parts of prescription, superscription, inscription, subscription, the prescription errors like SOS, only when required, AC and PC, anti-Sibos and post-Sibos, बिफोर फूड एंड आफ्टर फूड, लाइक प्रोटॉन पंप इनहिबिटर्स, एसिडिटी की दवाई आप हमेशा आधा घंटा 1 घंटा पहले खाओगे ब्रेकफास्ट के. बट जो आपकी लिपिड की दवाई है, स्टैटिन, रोसुवास, अटोरवास, ऑल ऑफ दैट यू विल हैव इन द नाइट, बिकॉज कोलेस्ट्रॉल प्रोडक्शन इज मोर इन द नाइट, राइट? मोस्ट ऑफ द सेडेटिव हिप्नोटिक्स या नींद की गोली आप रात को खाओगे, राइट? दैट्स कॉल्ड क्रोनोफार्माकोलॉजी. So which prescription abbreviation is denoting what? That must be known to you. BID, QID, TID, once a day, twice a day, thrice a day, right? कितनी बार दिन में खानी है? And so these are all the different kinds of prescription abbreviations. Then from the calculation part, you need to know about the dilutions, the concentrations, right? The stock solutions, isotonicity, alligation method. There are the different methods for the alligation and isotonicity calculation. When I talk about the preparation and dispensing, so solid, liquid, semi-solid, syrups, elixir, link test, liniment, lotion, ointment, creams, paste, gels, suppositories, bogies, pessaries, tablet, capsules, parenterals, aerosols, all the different kinds of formulations must be at the tip of your tongue, with their excipients, method of preparation, and their evaluation test. Study any formulation with three aspects. कैसे बनाओगे, बनाने के बाद टेस्ट कैसे करोगे, और क्या डालेगा उसमें जिससे वो बनेगा. What are the excipients? How will you prepare, and right? सो जैसे चाय, अब चाय बनाने के बहुत तरीके हैं. कुछ लोग सिर्फ पहले पानी उबालते हैं एंड देन दूध डालते हैं. कुछ लोग होते हैं जो आधा दूध डालते हैं, आधा पानी डालते हैं एंड देन उबालते हैं, राइट? खिचड़ी, देयर आर लॉट ऑफ वेज टू मेक अ खिचड़ी. यू कैन मेक अ मूंग दाल खिचड़ी, और देयर आर लॉट ऑफ वेज, राइट? So similarly for making, there can be dry granulation, wet granulation, different techniques. Posology, so in the posology, the dose calculation can be done, right? The Young's, Dilling, Fried, Clark's formula, and mostly the miscellaneous point from the different parts, like the tablet may, the different techniques like the tablet defects, chipping, cracking, capping, lamination, right? All of those. The vehicle used, so binder, glidant, diluent, disintegrant, opacifier, plasticizer, buffering, viscosity modifier, pH adjusters, solvents, antioxidants, antimicrobials. There's a different excipients that you can add, right? From the novel drug delivery system, there are direct questions from microencapsulation from the transdermal drug delivery system or from the gastrodental drug delivery system. So you must have a thorough idea and a complete idea about the same. So you can start taking the screenshot, and if you want this PDF, you can join in the WhatsApp group for the more details of this PDF. Then from the GRDDS, you have floating drug delivery system, mucoadhesives, the different polymers used, which are for sustained release, which are for delayed release, which are from extended release. So कभी भी एक टैबलेट का पैकेट लेना, and you will observe DSR, dispersible sustained release, right? You will observe that SR उस टैबलेट पे लिखा होगा, right? So that will be giving you an idea that it is a delayed release, extended release or a sustained release. Delayed मतलब कुछ टाइम तक ड्रग रिलीज नहीं होगा, एक साथ बहुत देर बाद ड्रग रिलीज होगा थोड़ा थोड़ा. सस्टेन मतलब थोड़े थोड़े टाइम तक ड्रग रिलीज होता रहेगा. That's called a sustained release. So there are types of extended release. सस्टेन मतलब थोड़े थोड़े टाइम तक ड्रग थोड़ा थोड़ा निकल ही रहा है. डिलेड मतलब बहुत टाइम के बाद ड्रग निकलेगा. So that's the difference between the SR and the DR. Then the different types of biopharmaceutical concepts, IV, IVC and BCS class. BCS classification 1 to 4 से पक्का क्वेश्चन आता ही आता है. And the specifically they are rate limiting steps, and the level A, B, C in the IV, IVC. That must be at the tip of your tongue. So the next up that you have is biotechnology for vaccines, immunology, hypersensitivity, the techniques like the PCR, ELISA, and the recombinant DNA. These are the 5 to 6 major topics. Just say direct questions aate hain. Vector, spay, plasmid, cosmids, or the restriction endonuclease, or the ligase, the different enzyme functions, the markers, or there can be question on PCR steps, RT-PCR, qPCR, the steps of PCR, the blotting, southern blotting, western blotting, northern blotting, ELISA. From the monoclonal antibodies, there are direct questions from hybridoma technology, that is the hybridoma cell technology. From the biopharmaceuticals, you can expect a plenty questions coming up from the growth hormone, recombinant insulin, erythropoietin, etc. All right, so this is very, very important, my dear. Do not miss out this video, especially if you're a GPAT aspirant. Make sure that this video is complete for you, it's known to you, because there are a lot of questions which are asked from this. And I'm telling you, after watching this video, you will be able to solve 80 to 90% of the questions in GPAT. 125 may say 100 questions you can solve if you have done these topics already. So please make sure that you revise them at least once. From the microbiology, you have the different sterilization, dry heat, moist heat, radiation, ionizing, non-ionizing, filtration. Their principle: oxidation, denaturation, coagulation, protein damage, whatever it is. There are applications for rubber, plastic, glass, animal carcasses, dressings, and the equipments: autoclave, hot air oven, right? In what equipment? Pasteurization, tendalization, vaccine bath, inspisation. So in what instrument do you carry it out? So all of this must be known to you. All of them must be known to you. Then the bacterial growth curve, the different phases, the culture media, enriched media, enrichment media, selective differential media, McConkey's agar, right? Broths, the different solid liquid broths. Then the D value, Z value, F value. There is every year there's a question from D, Z, and F. Then from the staining techniques, the gram staining, the acid fast staining, the different between the gram staining and the acid fast staining. It is very, very frequently and very, very commonly asked. So you must know about the staining very, very well. Microbial assays, there are a lot of questions from cylinder assay, turbidimetry method. Then from the immunology, you have antigen, antibody, types of immunoglobulins, IgG, types of immunity, cell mediated, acquired, natural, artificial, active and passive, all the four classification of hypersensitive reactions with examples. Then the different methods of gene transfer: conjugation, transformation, transduction, transfection, mutation types, point, frame shift, right? When the structure of a bacteria and a virus, what is the exact morphology of a bacteria, of a virus. Then the different antibiotics used in the assay, different microbes used in the assay of antibiotics, and the different sources of antibiotics, like E. coli. It is a antibiotic microbe used for the assay of chloramphenicol, but chloramphenicol is obtained from Streptomyces venezuelae, right? So this is the sequence that you must know, from which antibiotic is obtained and from which it is tested. Then from the biochemistry part, you have enzymology, where there is 100% question either from the classification of enzymes or from the Michaelis Menten, but there will be a question or from the inhibition, competitive, non-competitive, uncompetitive inhibitions. Then from the carbohydrate biomolecules, protein, lipids, there are questions from the classifications, test, or the cycles, like from the lipid de novo, fatty acid oxidation and all, protein missalvage pathway and the de novo pathway, in the carbohydrate, the glycolysis, Krebs cycle, urea cycle in the proteins, right? And then the different types of gluconeogenesis, glycogenesis, all the metabolic cycles and pathways. So that must be known to you. In the vitamins, you have water soluble and fat soluble vitamins. So that must be at the tip of your tongue. Coenzyme, alloenzyme, isoenzymes, right? The different enzyme deficiency diseases, specifically alkaptonuria, proteinuria, right? All of the diseases that are being enzyme deficient, lipid storage, carbohydrate storage, protein deficiency, a lot of diseases are there. So that must be, you should always make sure that you have made notes of all of these. Notes nahi hoga to it is difficult to revise. All right. Hormones and regulation में you have steroid hormones, thyroid hormones, insulin and glucagon. All of these are very very important. Then you have clinical biochemistry, where you have liver function, kidney function, thyroid function tests, blood glucose parameters, the different blood glucose testing procedures. They must be known to you. You should have it at the tip of your tongue, my dear. It is very very important. The clinical biochemistry, at least the which test is used for which particular organ, that should be known to you. Then from the human anatomy and physiology, you have the different basics, because it's way back you study in the semester one, the types of tissues, epithelial, muscular, nervous, right, connective. Then the different types of cell communication, cell junction, adherence, gap, tight, desmosomes, paracrine signaling, autocrine signaling, endocrine signaling, musculoskeletal system, axial versus appendicular, right? Joints, three types of joints in arthrosis, amphiarthrosis, diarthrosis. Then the muscle contraction cycle, actin, myosin, troponin, tropomyosin. The skeletal muscle versus the smooth muscle versus the cardiac muscles, which are striated, which are involuntary, right? From the nervous system, the neuron structure, nacelle bodies, granules, axons, cytoplasm, dendrites, the types of neurons, unipolar, bipolar, and the reflex activity, effector, effector organ. From the cardiovascular, the cardiac cycle, the conducting system of the heart, difference between arteries, veins, and capillaries. From the respiratory anatomy, you have the questions which pop up from the lungs, alveoli, trachea. In the digestive system, you have the structure of the stomach, small intestine, liver, and pancreas. There's the different digestive system parts. And trust me, from the digestive system there is quite questions from the either chemical and mechanical digestion, role of different organs or the cells involved. Then the endocrine glands. So from the endocrine glands you have a lot of questions that directly come up from the uh, secretions, like anterior pituitary, posterior pituitary, adrenal में zona glomerulus, fasciculata, reticularis, pancreas may from the exocrine part or from the endocrine part. So either there can be questions from pituitary, thyroid, parathyroid, pancreas, any of the glands, either of the glands. So you should know this completely, especially in the blood and hematology, the composition of blood, right? The plasma and the corpuscles, the blood regulation, function of blood, and the lung exchange, the volume capacities, inspiration, expiration, mechanisms of breathing, steps of urine formation, and acid base balance. Because in our body we have water, electrolyte, and acid base balance, three types of homeostasis which occur. From the renal physiology, you should know about the glomerular filtration. It's very, very frequently asked. The GFR, the three steps of urine, ultrafiltration, tubular secretion, selective reabsorption, and that must be at the tip of your tongue. So, action potential, the curve, correct, of the action potential, depolarization, repolarization, hyperpolarization. From the reproductive physiology, you have a lot of questions which come up from the menstrual cycle, oogenesis, spermatogenesis, the different hormones. Then you should know about the different kinds of inflammation, acute versus chronic inflammation, the cell injury and cell death pathways, apoptosis, necrosis, cellular adaptation, atrophy, hypertrophy, hyperplasia. The pathophysiology of every diseases must be known to you. Then from the jurisprudence, mostly you can expect questions from the acts, Drug and Cosmetic Act, Drug and Magic Remedies Act, right? Narcotic and Psychotropic Substance Act. Then you have the Medical Termination of Pregnancy Act. There can be questions from the form numbers, like form 20A, 20, a lot of form numbers, right? For the clinical trial, which form is there? 8. So license number 20A, 20B, loan license, restricted license, correct? So you repacking license, import, export license. So that must be known to you. Then the schedules, what are the different schedules A to Y. Then the misbranded, adulterated, and spurious. There is a lot of questions from misbranded, adulterated, and spurious part. So that should also be known to you. Then all the different penalties and offenses, at least for narcotic and psychotropic substances, right? What is a narcotic? What is a psychotropic substance? Right? What is a from the Medical and Toilet Preparation Act? What is inbound and non-bonded manufacturing? Right? Ad valorem. Those are important parts. And schedules, so every year there's a question. I'm telling you, schedules you cannot skip at all. So these are few of the important topics that I have told you. If you wish to get this PDF, you can DM or join our WhatsApp group. This is a very very important PDF. ये video अगर आपने skip कर दिया, you're going to skip a lot of important topics. So please make sure that you subscribe to this video and definitely enjoy it. Thank you so much everybody for your kind attention.